Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel here on YouTube. Also, if you are listening to a podcast, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and again, I am your host, Mayra Angelica. All right, y'all. So I'm here sitting down at the park, and the reason I'm here is because I want to come and, let you all know the personal development. And this comes to me in mind that I really wanted to share is that sometimes our vocabulary or the way that we speak, the way that we act is just really nails to the point of where do you get your knowledge from? Where do you go? Where do you keep growing after, you graduate high school? Because, a lot of people know the normality is that after high school, you graduate, you must go to college, you must get a job, get something. And within those two, what they has is for you to keep growing in life, to keep your skills growing, your develop to keep growing. If not, then you just stay there. And hopefully this makes sense. But within myself, I have shared in the past some of the books, and maybe you have seen it, and maybe it's just coming back again. And with this more of deep into the surface of where I get my knowledge from, read the books, but I will read part of it just to rephrase it, just to share a little bit. And hopefully that encourages you to buy the book, get the book. Even though if you don't have the book, you can get the audiobook. You could always DM me. I always have free resources. But let me tell you, the value of buying it is so much worth it. I really, really want to share that some of the books that you choose as your personal development, they're going to have a lot of masculine, they're going to spiritual significance, right? And very value to you. That's very worthy. And again, maybe there is more out there where I need to search more, which there's no limit to building your own library. I have had more books, but with everything that has happened to me, life had happened to me like big time. I had to, leave my apartment. If you didn't know, now you know. I was homeless for a few weeks, and I was about to get rid of this. I was actually going to donate it and sign them, but I kept them because I know there's a big part of me that now the future, they're doing a good purpose. So I wouldn't say that I have like a favorite book out there. But one of the books I was going to start with this, but one of the books that I started that I remember was The Secret. And reading this, and hear me out, once you read a book or you listen to it, it's very highly recommended that you get a notebook, or at least if you want to just hear it, listen to it, and just come back another year or maybe 6 months, however you want, but just come back to it and you will understand how much you grow from it. The best part that I could give as a pro tip that has been given to me is, read the book. You could highlight it, but mainly write in a journal what you are learning from that book step by step as you go. Or maybe once you're done, just write what you learned from it. And then after a year, just come back and read it and write it again. And then after, maybe you just want to compare how much you have grown. Because sometimes we listen to things and sometimes we don't hear what we need to hear, or maybe we need to hear what we need to implement in our lives. But you will have that epiphany of, wow, Myra was correct. She totally opened a new opportunity, a new open door for you out there in the world. And let me tell you, short story before I get into this book. is that I was not a fan of reading. I'm more of a math person, more of a numbers, but definitely if I wanted to go, I forced in a gentle, kind way for myself to read it, physically read it. And of course, after a while, I switched to audio because I mean, I'm a busy mom. Life is busy, but it's always good to sit down and read a book to relearn to be patient, to relearn to take life calm, to wait for to hear what is next. And let me tell you, it's really good to implement out there. Um, After that, my whole attitude and everything about books is just wow, it's lovely, it's excellent. It changes people's lives. It has changed my life and it continues. And I'm here to pour on to y'all that, you know, it will do the same to you. And I know there's 1% out there that it will change. Secret here, so it's called The Secret and it's by Rhonda Byrne. Don't quote me on them. I always try to pronounce the name, which is beautiful. Then, it's, they're very unique. So, but one of the things I want to bring out here, let me go ahead and find it. It's pretty interesting. This book has changed a lot. And one of the things I want to read right here is that, you know, it's the summary of the secrets, and then there's few pages here. But one of the things that brings out and makes total sense of this book is that, just like the Aladdin, the genie, the law of attraction grants our every command. So just imagine that, just those few words. This book has a lot that you would be, wow, just amazed at what it says and understand more, little bit more of your life out there. And again, it goes to key term, um, wherever you're at in life. But definitely highly recommend this one. Another one would be the Four Agreements. And these books that I normally was inspired by was from a supplement community that I was from, and it really impacted me really to see myself. Of course, I have heard it also too. And when I was really going, to church. And again, though I'm not here to change no one's religion, I'm just here to encourage you to believe in something positive, not to be biased or anything. But it has encouraged me. Even the Bible, I don't have it here, which is one of them. Again, it's up to you, your own option, but it's my own opinion. And I'm not here to change anything from you, but it's something from my own experience that the Bible has so many stories. You read it, it just makes total sense of everything. Of course, it's a big book. It has taken me, let me see, maybe like 17 years or 16 years. I want to say 16 years of life changing of what the Bible is. And I mean, you just got to continue learning. But one of the things here for the Four Agreements, it's a wisdom book. It says right here, and it's by Don Miguel Ruiz. Well, I couldn't find it, but I do know that this book brings more of breaking the beliefs of what you once upon a time, back then as growing up. And let me tell you, the part that I saw here was that, our biggest fear is taking the risk to be alive, and the risk to be alive and express what we really are. And definitely that part really speaks, because sometimes we just grow up with believing what our parents wants us to believe to prepare us for the world. But you know what? The world has more to offer if you look for it in the proper way. And sometimes, yes, you have to break the generations, like they say, break the traditions, but in a positive way of, or swallowing the pill, meaning that you just gotta, um, You gotta do this for your own self. If not, you're gonna just be there stuck. And if you want more in life, more will be presented to you. One of the other books that I really like is this one is by John Maxwell. um, this one is if you fail in life, especially when you graduate from high school, if you're a young person, and also I'm speaking to, and all ages. It's never too late. Either if you're in that age whether it's elderly, um, you know, it's never too late if like it says right here, turning mistakes into stepping stones for success. So if you fail, you gotta just keep moving forward, just as the title says. You just keep moving forward. You gotta fail in order to, see the other side. It's just like riding a bike. Everyone, well, not everyone, but those who have learned how to ride a bike, you have to fall from the bike, and or you have to use, the training wheels. And after that, the total success is just, riding the bike, not falling from it, and not wearing training wheels. And, you're always allow yourself to remodel the bike. And just remember, if you fail, just keep moving forward. And one of the quotes that I have here, if I could find it, oh, here we go. It says that, it's in chapter 9. Get over yourself. Everyone else has. Don't get stuck inside your own ego, because it will become a prison in no time flat. Barbara Ward. So as you can see, you gotta get over yourself. Sometimes we feel like we get stuck, or we fail as a person. We fail as ourselves, as a mother, as a father, as a teacher, as a leader, as X, Y, and Z. But guess what? You just gotta get up. You gotta get it. You gotta do it yourself, because no one out there is gonna do it for you. And once you understand the psychology of that, you will understand that there's no way just to keep going forward. That's one of the books here. And here on this, we'll put this back here. As you can see, the one is starting. But one of the things here on this book is The Power of One More. So the ultimate guide to happiness and success. This is by Ed Milet. So this comes from an author, a person that has very masculine energy. It just, he inspired me to just, like the title says, just one more try. Sometimes in life, you're going to pass through so many BS, or life is going to life you. And all you could do is just one more try. As long as it's positive to the pure intentions of what you're trying to reach the goal for, or if you're trying to help someone, is just make it that clear intention of being pure, positive to help one more person out there. And let me tell you, if it's not directly to one more person, it could be out there just being here, like what I'm doing. These platforms are always going to be here on social media forever. Even your grandkids will maybe come across with my video, and let me tell you, it will help them one more time to be successful out there in life. One of the things I want to read here, it has right here that, the reflection of Martin Luther King Jr. and the strength to love. So that's very inspiring you, the way that you love out there, the way that you do things is, with pure love. And everything has to be with good expression and intention. And like it says right here on chapter 19, one last more. I have many epiphanies since I started writing The Power of One More. However, one of them stands above all the others. So here it explains, like, once you level up yourself in your personal development, understanding life, you will understand what epiphany is, what clarity is, and keep going. And let me tell you, sometimes things will sound familiar because once upon a time we have passed through this life and we've always been given the opportunity to keep going, to make things right. And this is one of them. Sharing my knowledge with y'all. Um, this one here, I couldn't find a quote here, but basically, the title has it. It is just, it makes a stand out there. But the title says "Can't Hurt Me," so it's by David Goggins. Pretty interesting. When I saw the title, I was like, wow, let me hear it. And let me tell you, it does have a lot of profanity in here, but the inspiration, not to his judgment, but the the story behind it of everything and the way he does his work, it makes you wanna, keep going in life, even though if you started on your journey of, exercising, if you started your journey on going to college, your career, your job, like nothing can hurt you. Mainly, this brings back to spiritual, like to God. And again, I'm not here to change your religion or anything, but believe in something positive. No one can. Anything that, not even black magic or any of those woo woo, um, because we all belong to God and we are here for a good purpose. And let me tell you, as long as your mindset, this definitely is going to change your mindset. It's going to strengthen. Starting off with one more with It My Lit, and you continue with, David Goggins. And after that, after leveling up, you will understand a little bit more of yourself, of, leadership, and where you want to go. And if you're planning to build a community, if you want to help more people, excuse me, I think that was a beat fine. But if you want to follow your intuition, meaning building a community, helping people, then just build something for your own self out there that is very valuable to you and very worthy. But this one is by John Maxwell. It is a 25th anniversary edition. It is the law of leadership. So one of the things I want to bring in here that I could read here is that character makes trust possible, and trust makes leadership possible. That is the law of solid ground. So what that means is that if you are in doubt of becoming a leader, at least you gotta lead yourself. Like if you are a fear on leading other people, at least you gotta learn to trust yourself, to lead your way, to lead your life. And like that, it's mentioned out there, it's either you're a leader or you're a follower. Whether you are in the category, just hear me out, this is my own opinion. Whether you're in the category of, being a follower, you still have to know your own self to lead yourself. And the best part, being a leader is always hard, but with a good positive intention is that you're changing people's lives out there. And this is a really good book. He has more out there. Like it mentions here, it's the best-selling leadership book for all. Time just got better. Time just got better. So, oh yeah. Okay. Oh no, it's okay. Hey. All right, you guys. So it's pretty amazing. You know, people coming up to you here and saying, that you are very inspired. They are very inspired to me too. It's like very brave. But within this, well, this is very bright because as you can see, the sun is very shiny. The cover, um, but this one is by Jamie Kerner Lima. The title just takes it away. Worthy. Um, the one that I heard the word worthy was, again, it comes back to um, the Bible, and it just stuck with me. But when a human writes about worthy, it just makes you put the puzzles all together, and it makes total sense out there. Um, but what it reads here is how to believe you are enough and transform your life. Sometimes in life is just, you gotta see that you're worth it. You gotta see that you matter. Because sometimes people will make you feel less than them, but why not help each other to build each other and be more? Because God's, again, I'm not here to change you, religion or anything, but it's just for you to see the transformation that you could do on other people, and we're here for to build each other. And one of the things that I really want to share is that, it says right here, if speaking kindly to plants help them grow, imagine what speaking kindly to humans can do. Anonymous. But it's in chapter 13. But just the way that it explains it there, the way that we speak, I don't know if you have seen it. And if you have, then I've seen it in particular, that the way, if you have plants and if you're a fan of plants, whether you're not a fan of plants, you will see it out there either way. Trust me, because it's part of life that you just, want to learn out there. But one of the things is that if you speak to one plant, it will grow. If you ignore the other one, or if you speak to the other one badly, then you will see the harvest of the way that it's growing, the blooming out there of that particular thing, whether it's a plant. If you speak to it in a gently way, happiness, positive, you will see how they're growing, how they communicate, how your bond is with that. It's just amazing because you see in reality within yourself. Um, but I wanted to come and share all this because sometimes people will see how much we have changed. Sometimes people want to duplicate you, want to replicate everything from you, but they don't see the background of how much you have worked within yourself. And again, even though if you're a mom, or even though if you're single, whether you're a female, male, or you're at the age where you just cannot keep up with, there are so many resources out there that you could just listen in your phone. If you have earphones out loud in your car, within myself, putting myself out there is leading the way for you as a leader. This is a part of the leadership, to risk it all, and helping more and more person out there in life. And again, you guys, I am very impressed that someone came up to me. I had a few people in the background. Without you guys, this is just, like they said, anything is possible. So you might get out there camera shy, but you just gotta get over it. Some people don't pay attention. Some people just acknowledge it. Some people, they just are in their own lives, let me tell you, and those are dark days for them. But you being out here with a little bit of positive energy out here, you're like a little energy ball that's pure positive. It will help someone out there, and trust me, Try it, do it. And thank you so much. I am your host, Mayra Angelica.